Good morning, everybody. People are starting to join on. Good morning, Jennifer. Hi, Grace. Hi, Suzanne. Glad you made it back home. Hi, Kitty. Good morning. Hi, Brenda. So we're going to get started here in just a couple minutes. I know Jill from June Tailor will be on the comments. Good morning, Raquel. We've got lots of great fun stuff to show you. I'm really excited about this. So we're going to let some people keep joining us, and then we'll get started. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Sue. Hi, Lisa from Wisconsin. So say hi, say where you're from. We're really glad you're going to join us. Um, I know we'll have people from all over, so this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to show you this June Tailor product. I've worked very closely with them for quite some time, and we thought this would be a great way to start our Saturday morning, showing you some amazing products, some ways that you can get projects done quick, fast, quilted, without any questions, things like that. Just there's no difficulty to what we're doing. We're also going to show you two new products that are just hitting the market, so we're really excited to bring those to you first. With that being said, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you some of the products. We're going to talk about them. Please ask questions. We're going to do our best to answer them as we go. We know the great people at June Tailor will be trying to answer any questions on there for you. Everything that we talk about today, if you go to our website, thimbletown.com, we have a June Tailor tab set up for you. And everything that we're going to talk about today with you is going to be on there. We're going to give you a coupon code. So check out a little bit later. We'll give you a coupon code for everything that you purchase and all of that good stuff. So when I did the advertising for this and when I spoke with Jill, we talked about just doing a quilt market booth. So quilt market's been canceled. All the quilt shows have been canceled. It seems like life in general has been canceled. And now with all these California wildfires, it's just insanity. So what we decided to do was I have virtually what you would see in a quilt market booth. We've obviously set it up a little bit differently, but when we go to quilt market, what you're looking at is what we see. This is what they demo to us and all of that good stuff. I'm going to show you some products. When the original shelter in place orders took effect, I worked with Jill and with June Tailor, and we did the reusable shopping totes. Those actually had gone out of stock because they put all of their inventory of the, I want to say it's polypropylene. If I said that wrong, Jill, just correct me. They put all of that product into making hospital gowns. So they don't only just do things for you guys, they work with industries to make a difference and to help frontline workers and all of that good stuff. So I see we've got Colorado, we've got Florida, we got people from everywhere. Please like and share our post, like our page. We do stuff every Wednesday night, Pacific Daylight Time. And then we are doing we do a breakfast club. We do all kinds of stuff. I see Palm Springs, all kinds of places. So we're all over. So as you guys can see behind me, I have lots and lots of stuff to show you. We have a whole nother side to show you over here. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with one of the newest products, which is the T-shirt quilt. We've always taught T-shirt quilts. T-shirt quilts are something that are great for graduation, for memory quilts, um, to highlight sports careers. People do them when people pass, just to remember them. June Taylor came up with a fantastic way to do T-shirt quilts. And when Jill was telling me what they were doing, I thought it sounded really great. And then when I saw it, it is even better than what I imagined. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to start with the T-shirt quilt. I'm going to then show you kind of what that process is. Once again, this is a brand new product. As far as I know, you guys are the first ones that are really, truly actually getting to see it. So we're going to show you actually how easy it is to make a T-shirt quilt. The best part about this is it's a reversible T-shirt quilt. So let's say that you wanted to put your graduate, all of the T-shirts that maybe they did, and maybe they were on the swim team or the football team. And so you have a whole bunch of football or swim shirts, volleyball, whatever it is. You can actually make this quilt reversible. So that quilt is over here, and I want to show you. So this quilt here is going to be right here. Now I'm going to go over and show you how this is made, but it is using 24 T-shirts. So it's 12 on the front, 12 on the back. You're going to sash it as you assemble it. It's going to be quilted both sides, and then you're going to put a binding on. So let's head over and actually show you how this T-shirt quilt works. All right, so what you're going to do is you are just going to start right here with your T-shirts. Okay, so you're going to take them, you're going to stabilize them. We use Shape Flex, so SF101 when we're doing these. So you're going to press your shirts, you're going to fuse onto the back of them, and then you guys will take and trim them to the size. So then what's going to happen is you're going to take those T-shirts and you're going to start quilting them. Now in this case, they just put a piece of blue tape here and they just started quilting around. So you guys really see how easy that is. This is going to go into sashing, so you don't even have to break your thread. You can just pivot and turn and go around that tape all the way through until you're done. So when you get finished, what's going to happen is you're going to have a fully quilted T-shirt. Now you can go all the way across this way. You will have put a piece of batting between these when you go to quilt. So as you can see, I've got a double-sided T-shirt that is going to go for the front and the back. Then what we are going to do is we are going to take the sashing. Now the sashing is pre-made, and if I remember correctly, we have it available in black, navy, or red. So this sashing is already done. So you're gonna, and it's already sewn together. You're gonna open it up. You're gonna stick the shirt in it, and then you're gonna top stitch it down. You're gonna stick it in, stitch it down, and then you're gonna move on. You're gonna continue to move on until you've made your row. So as you can see, we've done it. And then when you're done, it's exactly pieced on both sides. So what will happen is you will take, when you go, you're going to take and sew your rows together with the additional sashing, and then you're going to do a binding. So that T-shirt quilt is really amazing. If you guys have any questions on there, I am going to do it. It is way easy, as Tracy said. What we do is what we want to do is have a perfect T-shirt quilt. So I just want to show this to you again. We quilted both sides at the same time. We added the sashing, then it's done, and then the binding comes in the package too. So it comes in 3 colors. It will be fantastic. I think you guys can knock T-shirt quilts out in no time. And once again, I really love the idea of them being double-sided. So I'm going to work my way kind of around this booth for you guys, and then I'll go back and I will do some more demos of how these things actually go together and how fast and easy they do. So I was speaking to you a few minutes ago about the reusable shopping totes. We did this as a project. I did this as a live video earlier in the shelter in place orders. it was a lot of fun. We had it. We'll probably end up doing a new video as we migrate things and have started to do a YouTube page with little tutorials and things like that. But let's talk about these reusable shopping totes. So when you get the reusable shopping totes, there's two ways you get it. You get one package that has 3 in them. They have polypropylene in them. These are all pre-printed, even the straps, everything that you need to make it, with the exception of fabric, is in there. When you open these packages, the great thing is the pattern's right there. They have very clear, very concise cutting instructions. So if you follow those cutting instructions, you're going to sit down and you're going to piece it. When we did a live video, we had this bag made in no time, and we made the whole thing right on the video. There is also an option to purchase a insulated tote. Now, the insulated tote comes with 1 in it, not 3 in it. So the reusable have 3, the insulated is 1. You may be asking why. And this goes into the way the company researches everything that they do. We typically use we use 1 insulated bag for every 3 regular bags. So when we go to the grocery store, that's usually how it works out. They did the research on it, so they made what was going to be the most functional for you. So with these being said, the polypropylene bags have been out of stock because they used all of the material to make hospital gowns. It is now back available, and so they are shipping those out. So when you do these bags, as you can see, these bags, there's different styles. Once again, all quilted as you go, so you guys get all of the great things. We have the braid. Then here, this is a really great one because it has a pocket, okay, where you can put your phone, you can put your shopping list, you guys can put anything like that. One of the things that they sent in here, and I didn't realize it until this morning when I was going back through our setup, this is one of the tote bags. And on that tote bag, this is just a piece of fabric put on it. They did their own little quilting on it. So if you don't want to do something all pieced, use the layout and the cutting and do your own thing. So this is another way just to use your creativity for all of that. So you will find on there the insulated totes and the reusable shopping totes on the website. Don't forget, we're going to show you guys a coupon code in just a little bit. So I'm going to just look up here for a really quick. I see that Jill from June Tailor is adding in some comments and answering some questions. So I think that is really great. So I'm just going to kind of keep moving on. So up here, we also have all of their batting for their quilts is pre-printed, obviously. And I'm going to show you another thing. They did a Minky quilt over here that I think is absolutely adorable. None of us truly love working with Minky. We love the feel of the Minky. So this is a great way to do it. I know we will be doing some kits coming up when I meet with my fabric reps next. I know projects that I'm going to specifically order Minky for that will be really great. When you are wanting to make something very, very quick, so this is just a great strip quilt. What's nice is as you do it, you're quilting it. So when you're done, you're trimming the edges and you're putting the bindings on. So on here, you have, and you can see it up here probably a little bit better. The pink might not show on the camera quite as well, but really cute dog prints on there. Just really fun. These are great just to have on the couch to cover up with. Great to lay on the floor with the kids and grandkids and things like that. So you will go. You can also take with this is their pre-printed batting that is for these squares. You can continue to make as many of these as you want. So when you look at this, you're making this log cabin, which is on point, which I really love. And then you guys will put it together and you can keep making these bigger and bigger. So some of the products that you're going to see are to size. Some of them are going to be added as you go. So you can continue to add those on. We all love Hexies. I think we'll get to those. I find these mats to be so adorable. So there's a couple of things. So these are going to be inspirational mug mats. So this is going to have the pre-printed sayings. And let me tell you, my favorite saying on here is a balanced diet means a cupcake in each hand. Okay, so balanced diet is a cupcake in each hand. So these are great sizes. These could be like little small wall hangings to give to somebody, or if you have friends over or you sit there, it's definitely will hold your coffee, your tea, and then maybe your little cupcake or cookies. And then we have be your own kind of beautiful. Be the reason someone smiles today. This one, always believe that something wonderful is about to happen. So all of these are pre-printed, and these pieces are coming in along with the batting to make these mug mats. Make today so awesome that yesterday gets jealous. I thought that one was really fun. In addition to those, there are more, and you can even take their printer fabric and you can put your own photos on here, and then you can even add things in there. You can add embroidery to these. So you can personalize, fussy cut your favorite holiday fabric. There's just a lot of different ways in which you can personalize these. I think these would be really fun at the holidays when you're having your grandkids over or you're doing a cookie party, and you could either embroider each one of their names or their initials so they all have their own little mat for their hot chocolate and their cookies. I know a lot of people that do like Christmas cookie days with their grandkids. So these would be really something fun and easy that everybody has something that's theirs when they go. So I think that those are really fun. So I'm going to just move back over to this other camera here for a minute, and I'm going to just look up and see if I can read some comments. So I'll actually just look up really quick. Anything, Marissa, you think I need to answer? It looks like everybody's just kind of answering. I think Jill's really gone in and answered a lot of our questions for us. All right, so let's talk then about the Hexies. And I see somebody asked about the zippers. We are going to talk about the new zippers and a couple of things. I'm almost to that point. And then we're going to go over and show it to you because we just finished filming 6 weeks of our summer class pass. We did several things with zippers, and I think that this new zipper set that they have is amazing, and I can't wait to do more products with it. With that being said, so on the Hexies, this is a really great Hexie quilt. It makes 9 different size Hexies. There is different patterns. I was talking to Marissa yesterday when we were setting up, and this Hexie quilt I think would make such a great kids quilt. So I think it could make a really great baby quilt with maybe some fun focus fabric, and then the primary colors are nursery colors. So on the Hexies, and what I do love about their rulers is they have the slots for your rotary cutter to start, and then each one is clearly marked for what the size is that you're going to be doing. This does have a pattern that comes with it that explains all of those things. Speaking of cutting and rulers, I use the shape cuts all the time. I use them when I subcut. I use them when I'm cutting a lot of sashing, a lot of binding, and things like that. So on the shape cut rulers, and you'll see those under our tab for rulers, and there's all kinds of them on there. But with the shape cut ruler, what's so great is when you lay your fabric, you can cut ½ inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 2.5. You can cut all along. Those of you that do a lot of subcutting and things like that, I will even take strip cut and then I will turn it and do all my subcutting, because you know how many times we have gone to do a project and we have to cut 15 2.5 inch strips. We've got to subcut them into 2.5 inch squares. This ruler is a great way to do that. It's fast and it's very accurate, and so it's always a great way to do those kinds of things. So what did you guys think about the T-shirt quilt? I really did love it. Anything you guys have question price wise? I do not have all of these prices memorized in my head. If you go over to the website, you can just jump on and you'll be able to see right there everything. Remember, we're going to put up a coupon code here shortly for you guys to use at checkout to give you a discount. I do know that we're going to draw a couple of prizes. We have a couple of things from June Tailor that we're going to give away. I know we're going to give away a T-shirt. We're going to give away a $25 gift certificate to the store. And when I say a T-shirt, we'll give away a T-shirt quilt pack. And then I've got a couple other things that we're going to give away. So as we move on, Cathedral Windows, I love this. Now, I'm going to show you this up close so that you can kind of get an idea. And it makes me, I'm not often one that wants to do something with denim. I've had plenty of people in my time that have wanted denim quilts quilted, and they're not always the easiest because of the bulky seams and things like that. So this is a fantastic, all of these are using denim. Now this is a raw edge, almost like a rag quilt. And when you guys see, I'm going to do a demo for you here in just a second. When you guys do this, it's all going to be done for you, whether you use a decorative stitch. One thing that I really loved about this, as you guys can see, this is just a great quilt. That denim gives it the weight. It doesn't have any batting in it. It's really just a square and a circle, and then you're going to sew it together. But look at how adorable this is. So this is using the printer transfer paper so that you can put your photos right on. What a great way to put your kids or your grandkids. You could even, I think this would be really fun to give when you have a senior in high school for all of the different pictures throughout school, just different things like that. So this is a really fun memory thing. Sometimes people don't always want a quilt or they don't have the space, but this is a really great gift for a grandparent that would just be able to highlight their kids and grandkids. So let's go over to my table and I'm going to show you how this goes together. And you guys are going to see just how easy it is. All right, so you are going to start here with cutting a circle and then cutting some squares. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so we're going to cut some circles, and then you are going to take and you're going to fuse on the center square on there. So that's pretty simple to go. So as you can see, that's what you're going to work with. Then you're going to start to sew these together. Now in the pattern and on the ruler, there's the instructions. So you're going to start to sew these together. And then when you press them, they're going to go forward. Now this is where you can decorative stitch, or you can just put a stitch. Now, if you looked at the bag I showed you, this ended up being a raw edge. So you're going to make this as big as you want. Now, this is also where you would put that photo as you saw. The one thing is I want to just double check for you guys what the size is. So you guys are just going to keep building. And you're going to get all kinds of interesting colors because denim is never going to be the same color. All right. So you're just going to keep building, building, building. Now this gives you an example of using a decorative stitch to stitch it down. Once again, you could just come in and do a straight stitch. So however it is that you want to do that, that would be the way to go. On the back, this is how your quilt project will look. So it's completely finished. You don't even have to put a binding on this, which is even better. And then if you do a decorative stitch, you will see that also on the back. So this is a really fun project. Those of you that have always wanted to do a denim project, but were not sure what to do or were not sure how to go there and get that started, this would be a perfect way. So this quilt here definitely has some weight to it, and which is why it does not need to have the batting on it. Okay, so I'm going to just look up here. So they finish at 5-inch blocks. Thank you for answering that for it. So We did this in the shop and it was always really popular also. This is the Casserole Caddy. So as you guys start thinking about the holidays, or if you're going somewhere for dinner and you're going to take something. So this Casserole Caddy is going to open up and there is your whole project. So this is something that is really fast and really easy to make. When you get this, it's just going to close right back up. Now, the great part about this is all the instructions are right there on the pattern. You can make this. I would say this isn't going to take you more than an hour and a half or 2 hours. You get those things cut out, they're ready to go. So with the batting in there, it's going to help something stay cooler or warmer. It's not insulated batting, but the batting in there is definitely going to keep it much warmer. So these are also great hostess gifts. These are great things for maybe a wedding shower, or maybe when someone buys a new home. So there are a housewarming. So there's lots of things that you can do with that. You can then take and coordinate your fabric with the hanging towel. So in this package, you'll have all the pre-printed pattern to make this piece, which is then quilted, all of the instructions to make a really fun hanging towel. We've done some of these things similar as a project at the store, but this is just really easy to go. So that would be called the hanging towel kit. So when you're looking at something, for example, like that Casserole Caddy, you might want to make a matching hanging towel. And then obviously you're going to need to have your Casserole Caddy uh, pattern. But then this only has one in it. This is the handy towel cowl. So this is really fun. There will be a towel in here. This was left for demonstration purposes. But when you do this, half of your tea towel would go on, your hand towel would go on one side. The other half would be on the other side. So then when you have this here, you always have a towel handy to use. Once again, it's going to give you all of the instructions to add on the accent strips and things like that. So Kathy, I see that you love that denim quilt. I really do too. I think that I want to make sure I save any old denim because I just think it'd be a great way to use up scraps. It's an easy to do. It's not something that you have to make all at one time. Just start cutting circles and fusing them on. So you have here your handy towel cowl. And once again, the great part about this is it has the towel that comes with it. So does the hanging towel kit. Not only are you getting the pre-printed batting, but you're also getting a towel in there. I think that you guys will see, those of you that haven't really done much with June Tailor, I think you're going to see that people are really, if you haven't done it, you're going to see how easy it is and how fast these projects are. A lot of us, including myself, have always been intimidated by bags or things with zippers. And all of these products really take out that intimidation because they make it. Christine, you have the casserole kit, but you haven't made it. Time to get on it. It is going to be really fast and simple. So once again, the holidays are coming up. We just did this project on our summer class pass. I am going to show a couple things for you guys on here. But this wine tote kit has 3 different designs in there. So you're going to see this one is very angular. This one is a lot of the just straight lines. And this one is definitely squares and rectangles. Once again, these do not take long to make. Throw in your favorite bottle of wine. I did one that I had a holiday Christmas cookies and hot chocolate. So it's going to be given away with some peppermint schnapps in there. So there's a lot of things that you really can make with these. Once again, this is always a fun way to give that bottle of wine away. They don't take a lot of time and people really do enjoy them. As you guys can see, you can even give some rock stars or energy drinks away in there. They have um, all different styles that you can make as far as fabric, so you can really personalize those. I want to show you just how easy these are to make. And if you were to cut all of these out, so for example, this is all done in red, whites, and grays. If you were to cut out and just get everything done, if you sat down at your sewing machine, you would knock right through these. So let me show you how those are made. So there's the example of one of the versions of the wine tote. So with Quilt As You Go, you're always going to take and you're going to fuse on or spray based on, excuse me, your backing to that pre-printed batting. And then you're always going to stitch that line down. That line's going to be really important down the road when you start to trim. So when we go, this is how easy it is. We put piece one where it goes, right side up, and then we're going to start piecing just like normal quilting, right sides together. So it's going to be right sides together, and we're going to sew our seam. So then when we sew our seam, we're just going to press that right over. So we're going to press it. And as you guys can see, these are numbered. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to keep on going. So as you go, you're just going to keep building. And it is going to be literally, you're going to sew 1/4 of an inch and press, 1/4 of an inch and press, and you're just going to follow the numbers. You're going to follow the numbers on any of these products that you are doing. So once again, here it is. We're going to come here. We're going to put it right side. We're going to sew that 1/4 inch seam. And the way, if you follow the cutting instructions and you do your seam, it's going to line up right on that next line. So that's going to show you where you go. So as you finish it, this is what it's going to look like. So you'll get it all done, and then you're going to trim that piece out. So when you trim it, it'll look like the wine tote. You're going to add your binding on there. If you guys remember, you can hand sew this on. You can sew it by machine. So it's going to be the way that you do it. I showed in my summer class pass sewing this on the front, turning it to the back like we were going to hand sew it. And then we used unique stitch to glue this side down. Once it's dried, it's permanent. And so when you're making something really quick and you don't want to do that hand binding, that would be a really great way for something like this to do. So after you guys get that done, you guys will have all of your pieces, and they are on, which is the circle bottom. They are also on there. They are pre-printed too. So they give you all of the lineup marks, meaning you're going to sew it in place. We're going to add on our other piece just like that. We're going to follow these lines. So now we have both pieces there. And then we're going to cut this out. So not only is the bottom now quilted, but the bottom also has your registration marks to line up when you do your bottom. So as you guys can see here, we're lining up with a seam and a seam, and then halfway and halfway. We're going to sew that really quickly in a circle. Then when we turn it, we have made our we've made our wine tote. When you look at this here, there is only what 15 numbers here. So that's how quick you guys can piece these. Even when you go back and you look at quilts, if you look at any of the quilt projects, any of the bag projects, they don't take a whole lot of seaming. There's not too terribly many too many steps. One of the quilts I'm going to show you, I want to say there is 14, and I know Jill will correct me, but I think there might be 14 seams. Your quilt is done. All you have to do is sew on a binding. So when you can make a project that quick, as a gift or for someone, it makes it even better. So let's talk about Christmas here for a quick second. Um, so with Christmas, this is the Christmas skirt, and then we have Christmas stockings. So the tree skirt can be made with or without embroidery. Now, my friend Vanessa from Fabric Confetti, these are her letters. We have put these on the website for this weekend. You are going to get, if you don't own these embroidery letters, you can use your coupon for them this weekend. But she put peace and joy. You guys can put any type of embroidery on there. So if you have a theme for your Christmas tree, you can add embroidery on there. or just leave it blank and use the wedges. What's great about this is how easy you get a wedge quilt and a circular quilt without having to be perfect with your accuracy and everything like that. I saw Jill answered, and yes, one of the quilts I'm going to show you, 14 seams, and it's made other than putting the binding on. So you guys can't beat that. So this Christmas tree skirt did use the Elemental P letters from Fabric Confetti. And I do know that she has some instructions as far as the placement mark on there. So I'll make sure I get those linked to our website so that you guys would be able to see it. As you start to do your holiday things, there's Quilt As You Go stockings. We have a project that we're coming up here soon with that. And so I know that these are fun. These are great, easy gifts. So I think, Jill, we're going to talk about the new zippers. And one thing I want to say is I know what I know about the zippers. And if I miss something, I know Jill is going to put them in the comments for us. So they they have come up with a product that is called Zippity Doo Done. Christy, if you're watching, I know I said no more zippers in Breakfast Club, and I did stick to that. But if you're ever looking for something for zippers, this is slick. So what this has done is they are all done. You don't need a zipper foot. You don't have to worry about getting around this zipper. I know other Christy sent me a message that she learned a lot of techniques from my summer class pass, different things with zippers. But when you need something fast, these zippers are great. I believe it's 6 colors: red, navy, camel, white, gray, and black. So these are already done, and I'm going to show you a couple projects, and then I'm going to show you really quickly how they're done. But look at this. This reminds me very much of the project bags that we just did. So here is the zipper. So when I've quilted this and I've quilted this, all I have to do is stick this in and either top stitch or decorative stitch. So if you think back to this T-shirt quilt, for example, all I have to do is quilt those shirts. Then I'm going to stick it right into the opening on those sashings. I'm going to stitch it down in place, and then it's all done. And these are done, and they're finished on both sides, which is really great. So that is one of the projects, but check out these zippered cosmetic bags. I think these are so cool. You get 2 bags and a zipper and your zippers with this project. Now, um, these come in the same 6 colors. So when you go to the website and you buy these, you're going to buy it based on the color zipper you want. All of the bags are going to be the same. So once again, look at this. You're going to piece and you're going to make this right onto the batting. And then when it comes time, you're going to throw that zipper on and it's completely done. You don't have to fight sewing it, turning it, putting that zipper foot on. I love this cosmetic bag. It's a great size. I mean, we've got 2 big fat quarter bundles in there holding it up. So you can get just about anything in there that you want, but great size. Once again, that zipper is completely done for you. So let's go take a look at how these zippers work so that you guys have an idea. Okay, so you guys are going to take your pieces that are going to be quilted. Once again, these are going to be the pre-printed. Um, these will be pre-printed, so you'll get these designs exactly. This is just an example of this. Once again, you can even use this has a triple stitch on it in a thread color to contrast it, just to give that zipper some even more personality. So when you take your quilted piece here, all you have to do is stick it right in between that opening and sew it down. So this one has been sewn on, okay? You're going to sew the size stops and then get your zipper in there. So you're going to sew the stop for both sides. But when you put this in, all you have to do is open this up and put this right here like this. Put that back down. You top stitch it. You've just inserted a zipper that easy. Now, I know Cheryl, over in Laughlin, she was asking me to do a project on this, and we will be doing a project using this because she had seen an advertisement or saw it on maybe some Facebook stuff from June Tailor. That is how simple that zipper is to do. Here's another zipper just to show you. This was top stitched down and then a real simple decorative stitch. So you very quickly and very easily can make um, this zipper have personality to match. And once again, here's another example. That's just a triple stitch in a contrasting thread, which is going to match the fabric that we use. When you look over at these project bags, I showed you the one here in blue. I showed you the one here in blue. Here is a project bag. We did something very similar to this in Summer Class Pass. This has a piece of vinyl on it. So when you're working with vinyl, look how easy it will be to insert it between those two zippers and then top stitch it down and you're done. So this project bag is great. Once again, it is completely quilted. We all love our pets and we all love them. That's just how it is. And so the other day we had to quilt up a quilt my mom made for the new furniture for the dog. So I know she's going to be making one of these. I am going to be making one of these. So these are the Quilt As You Go Pet Placemats. I think these are so stinking cute. So for your dog, you have a dog bone. For the kitty cats, you have a fish. So these are, so here is the cat mat out of the fish. I mean, this is just adorable. I was thinking about the fabric I showed last week at Breakfast Club. We've got the cat fabric, we've got the dog fabric, it's got the paws, the stripes, the dots. How fun is this? Um, Beverly, I'm not sure on those zippers. I think that we'll probably have Jill will answer that. I can try to look really quick. I like to answer questions. So those of you that are joining us for the first time, first of all, thank you for joining us. But I do like to take a look and interact and look at the comments. I try to put them where I can see them. We try to answer them as we go behind the scenes, and then I'll try to answer them live. These are 18 inches. So the zippers are 18 inches. So once again, there's the cat, and then look at how stinking cute the dog bone is. I mean, I think every pet needs to have this under their water bowl or their food bowl. So once again, the pet placemats, once again, cat and dog, all the instructions are on there. They're pre-printed. Once again, when you look at the piecing on this, this is something else that I think the June Tailor products do for a lot of people. Not everybody is confident in doing a square and a square block where they feel that they're getting their perfect points and things like that. This is another way, even on the bags. I have just gotten into this bag business as far as making bags. We did them in Summer Class Pass. There's always lots to learn. What's great is if you want to make some of these, you want something quick, you want it to be accurate, but you're not sure exactly how it's going to turn out, all of these things being pre-printed are going to always give you your points, and they're always going to be right where they go. So with the holiday stuff, you're also going to find placemats. Now the placemats, this is just an example. So with placemats, you can obviously theme this to anything. And what I think I'm going to do before we continue going this way, I think I'm going to go back and actually show you the stitching for a project so that you understand, because I know I've gotten some people that have excuse me, I know I've got people that have joined us late that haven't seen it. So you guys can buy on the website. While I go over to the other, let me go ahead and put up a coupon code. So all of your purchases from the June Tailor are going to give you 25% off when you check out. It's QAYG 2020. So Quilt As You Go 2020. That's going to be in all caps. With that being said, I'm going to go over and get set up. I want to show you the whole piecing part. I'm going to leave this graphic up here for a minute so that you guys can do that. You can start checking out now, but we still have lots Okay, so what I thought I would sit here and do is just to go through to make sure everybody understands just how simple all of this is. So what this has done is we have taken and we've spray basted our backing right onto our pre-printed placemat. We have followed the cutting instructions. So the cutting instructions are in every single pattern of what to do. So we're going to take our first piece always right side up, our first piece, and then we're going to come here. We're going to take our piece 2, and it tells you guys everywhere that it needs to go. We're going to sew a 1/4 of an inch seam, and then we're going to press it. So we've done a 1/4 of an inch seam, and then we've pressed it. Do you see how it lines up exactly where it needs to be? So then you know we're going to pop over here, and we are going to do step 3. Okay, so here is step 3. Once again, I did it right sides together, 1/4 of an inch seam, pressed it. Where do we go next? We go over here to 4 and then 5. Now here's where it's even better because now we're opposite of each other. When I sew these, I put them like this. I sew, and then I will press and I will press. Once again, everything lines up for the next piece. So when you talk about quick, accurate, and the same results, once again, I've got to do number 6 and 7. So once again, right sides together, 1/4 inch seam, presses in place, presses in place. We're going to continue on until we get all the way to the outside. Okay, so all the way to the outside, we have done it. Now when we get here, we're going to go right here, and we've got a 1/4 inch seam, which is going to give us our corners. We have added all 4 corners here. This is done. We're going to trim this, put a binding on this, and that is done. So all of the projects, whether it's going to be a bag, whether it's a bag, whether it's the pet placemats, any of these things, the Christmas tree skirt in the round, all of these things just give you very clear and concise directions, and they're going to tell you right where they need to go. So I'm going to work over here and show you a few more really great projects. The bags. We did bags a couple years ago in Summer Class Pass. We're going to continue to do bags here. So they have multiple options. So we have the Alexandria Tote. We have the Sofia Tote. And then this one, the Tori Tote. So there is the Tori, the Sofia, and the Alexandra. I love creativity. And I always love, even when we do our breakfast club projects or anything we do, I love to see when people put a little twist on it. But let me show you something just to inspire you. So this tote is the Alexandria tote. So this is all done on angle so you guys can see it right here. This is just going to be strip piece. It's all 2.5 inch strips. Now, this is cork. Use a piece of cork in there. So use a piece, so this has a piece of cork in there to give it a really fun accent. This also just had some half square triangles that were pieced together. That's not on the pattern, but this strip of half square triangles are going to go through. So they made the 2.5 inch strip, put it in there. So look at how by just changing 2 strips out to something fun is going to do it. Now, those of you with embroidery machines, let's think about this. What if you wanted to maybe put somebody's name in there? Or maybe you wanted to put some sayings in there. There's so many ways that you can personalize these, but you don't have to do all the work and all of the thinking of making sure that your lines are lining up, that your totes are lining up, all the instructions for making handles. I really love the way that they added the cork. I wouldn't have thought about this, but I know that for some upcoming projects, I know where we're going to add in some specialty materials. I know people are doing a lot with vinyls and different things like that. That is definitely the way to do that. So we were talking about, oh, let me just show you guys a few of these tote bags. So this one is, once again, I don't have them memorized. So this is the Tori Tote. Look how perfect your flying geese are. So if flying geese intimidate you, but you always wanted to make something that is eye-catching and different, here's a great way for you to do that. Um, and then you have a finished tote when you're all done. So that one there um, is the Tori Tote, and then the Sofia Tote is this one here. Now, once again, let's talk about being creative. Maybe you want to put a piece of cork across here. Maybe you want to jump on your embroidery machine and do some sort of decorative stitching here. These are really great ways to do that. I actually have an idea that I'm going to do with this one for some embroidery supplies. So I think there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with that. So I'm going to play around with this one to come up with something that we can maybe use our Kimberbell rulers in, or some different things like that. There's just so many things that you can do with it. So let's talk baby quilts. Baby quilts are always popular, no matter what they are. Sometimes we need fast and easy. We've got to go to a baby shower, or baby was born early, things like that. Or maybe you just want to make them for a friend's first grandchild or something like that. You're not sure that they are going to use it, or maybe you're not sure if they're going to take care of it. When you do these, they're the perfect size for babies and young kids. They're fast and they're simple. Even for a couch quilt for you, I want to do this one all in animal print Minky. This is actually Minky. So this has 14 seams and it is done. And you know how we all hate, we love Minky. We don't always love sewing with it. So as you sew this Minky, everything is going to be straight. You're not going to see any stretching. Things are not going to be distorted. 14 seams and you're done. You can still personalize these. So you can personalize any of the blocks. I love this one. This is done out of flannel. Flannel is not always the easiest to work with. It can be stretchy and it can be not always the greatest. But when you look here, I've got a square and a square and a square and a square, and I keep going. But look at how I can achieve points very easily. And it's quilted. That is the best. So with the quilt as you go. So this Minky one, we had done this using a line of makeup fabric and leopard print. So it was really fun. So with this one, this is called the Sophisticated Strips Quilt Pattern. 14 seams, all done, which is so great and so easy. Now, this baby quilt here is called the Square and a Square Quilt. I shouldn't have even had to look at that. So once again, it's a square and a square and a square and a square as you go all the way around. So the quilt as you go, once again, everything is on there. I don't remember how many seams, but to give you an idea, this is going to tell you what your fabric requirements are right on the outside of the packaging. Then when you open it up, it has the full instructions in there. So going forward, placemats, it's the time. I know how many placemat patterns we sell in general. Every time we do placemat kits, they fly out the door. These placemats that you see from June Tailor, there are so many options. One of them that I really love is this guy here. So this is what I just showed you over how when I was over showing you just how to piece something together all the way through. So there is the finished placemat with the binding on it. This one has the instructions for silverware. So I think that's really fun, really easy, especially if you're going to maybe use these outside on a patio and it might be breezy. You can put everything that you need right in a real easy pocket. Once again, that's like a French braid right there in the middle. You don't have to worry about the stretchy bias. It's all going to go right in place. So with that, we have the table runners that have that I showed you and I did it. It's called Casablanca. You get 6 placemats in here. So maybe you only need 2 for your table. Maybe you want to do 4. So you got 2 packages. You can do 3 sets of 4 for the different holidays. So there's very usable and different ways. So set of 6, the one with the that I did the demo on, that's the Casablanca. And then the one with the pocket, it just was right here, is called the Venice. Now, what's cool about this is that the Venice placemats have a table runner. So there's the Venice placemats and then there's the Venice table runner. So when I make these, I get to have the matching runner. I'm going to take the silverware out. So here is my placemats, and then here is my matching runner. All right, so the placemats, excuse me, the runner, and then the placemats. It's going to be the same for the Casablanca. You are going to have an option to have the table runner also. And then the other one that I didn't show you, which is here in the Christmas fabric. Let me see if I have the placemat to pull it up. So with that, you are going to have placemats and the matching table runner. Okay, oh, placemats in this size, and then you'll have the matching table runner that will have the same angles and everything goes. So then you guys have a full set of everything that you want there. Once again, Minky, great way to do it. I know the next time I see my Minky rep, I will be ordering things to do this with because it is so fun and so easy to do. Throw pillows. I love throw pillows. I have them on my couch. I have them anywhere I can use them. I love them. I like to change them out for the seasons and things like that. So with the throw pillows here, these are going to give you 3 different pillows. So let me show you. So we have this pillow that's got that square in the center, and then you've got this one, and I absolutely love this one. Okay. Not only that, but you can take these throw pillows. This doesn't have a pillow form in it, but look at how great this is. So that is this one right here. So here's the throw pillow, but this throw pillow has the Letterman letter and then some medals on it. So this is a fantastic way to make a little memory pillow of maybe kids, grandkids. Doesn't always have to be a kid and a grandkid. It could be a husband or a wife that participates in a sport. Great way to just embellish a pillow with a memory, throw it on a bed, keep it in your own stuff as kids go away to college on the bookcases and things like that. So this is a really great way. Now, when you go further, and I'll talk to you about that, is the the transfer. So I can run this right through my inkjet printer. Instead of putting a fabric here, put the baby picture there or the family picture there or anything like that, and then just use your fabric and piece all the way around, and now you have a super personalized pillow and project that nobody else is going to have, and it represents you and it represents your family. So those pillows are going to come in sets of 3. You're going to get one of each style in there, and then you can really just personalize them from there. So with that being said, I thought I would show you a couple of other really great things. So I am a big time embroiderer. So when I am at home, I tend to do a lot of applique when I'm not working on my when I am not working on something that I use in my electronic cutter, I am cutting in the hoop. So with the quilter's press, what I love is, and it's not just for embroiderers, guys, but I use it as an embroiderer all the time because I can cut really quickly. I can press really quickly. What I like is I can do this in my lap. So as I'm sitting there, I can press really quickly. I have that hard surface for my embroidery hoop. I can also flip it around. I have the hard surface to trim on it. And if I need to do any quick cutting. So these are very handy. They're also great for going to classes and other things like that. So I just want to flip and show you a couple things. You guys have probably seen these, but if you haven't, I am not a person that loves binding, but it is something that we do have to do. Um, June Tailor has a binding press mat. So it's the same hard plastic that you see in the pressing mats. But what they have done is they have made it for 2-inch, 2.5, and 2.25-inch bindings. When you feed those through, it's going to feed through. You're going to press as you go. and you're going to get that nice, perfect, easy pressed binding. So you guys will be able to see that too. I wanted to tell you guys about the transfers. So these are the photo transfers. This is going to be, so this is fabric. This is going to run through your inkjet printer. It does have a hard paper on the back. So that's what's going to allow it to go through the inkjet printer. You can do any kind of graphics on there. So if you want to print graphics on there to personalize a quilt, here are some other ways that you can do that. So these are going to run through your inkjet. They're color fast. They don't bleed. So those are also on the website. It is a really great way for you to personalize things. You will see here is just a little tiny kid's tote. This has been printed with fabric. It has been put on, stitched down. So really great ways to do memory quilts. I showed you the memory wall hanging with the denim with that Cathedral Windows. So you guys saw how we did that. So these will come here. These are transfers. You can put them right onto aprons, and then they show you also other ways in which you can do it. So here would be an example of just a little memory, quilt here. This has got all kinds of family pictures. It's got little family trinkets. It's got some different sayings that you can use these as quilts for that you can sign, photo quilts from weddings and all kinds of stuff like that. With that being said, we always try to keep these things around an hour. I'm going to just look up here. I'm going to draw 3 winners. So I'm going to give away a T-shirt quilt package. We are going to give away a zippered cosmetic bag. I think that's it. Yeah, we'll give away a zippered cosmetic bag. We will give away a T-shirt quilt package. And then we're going to also give away a $25 gift certificate to the store. So the girls are going to go through and look at everybody that shared these. So with that being said, the first winner is going to be Tom Klein. Now I know that is, I think, Lisa. So say that. So Lisa or Tom, I think it's Lisa. She's using her husband's Facebook page. You're going to win the T-shirt quilt. Okay, so I need you to send us a private message if you want it in the red, the navy, or the black. And we'll make sure we get that out to you. Our second winner, which is going to be the cosmetic bags, that is going to go to Deborah Cobral, Cobral. You are going to get the cosmetic bags. There are 6 colors there. Just send us a message of what color you want, and we will make sure you get that out. And then the winner of the $25 gift certificate is going to be Leona Perkins. So congratulations. I think all of you guys are out of state. So thank you so much for participating in this, for liking our page and sharing. I want to thank all of the great people at June Tailor for taking the time and the effort to send in all of this stuff so that you guys can see it. We don't always get to have all this stuff in the store at one time. I think it's a great way for you guys to see the stuff that's out there. I know when we go into quilt shops, everybody does something different, and we may take 2 or 3 of our favorite products, but there are always so many more. We are working with our other vendors to bring you more of these things, and we will keep you posted. Make sure you like our Facebook page. Make sure you watch us on Wednesday evenings. Once again, we do everything Pacific Daylight Time. We have some great events coming up, some Kimberbell, some Pickle Pie, our Breakfast Club. We've started online classes, which is really great because anybody in the country can take them. So thank you for spending the morning with us. I hope that you guys saw some great products and some things that you like. Let us know if you have any questions. We're always here to help you. Once again, thank you to everybody at June Tailor for making this happen for us. Have a great day, everybody. So I think I have some questions on there. My board with questions is on there. So there is a starch on here. So this is the Quilter Savvy starch from June Tailor. You guys will love this when you are pressing all your fabric before you start to do your quilt as you go projects. When you go to the website, so thimbletown.com, you will go onto our online store. We actually put everything for you right in a June Tailor section. It says June Tailor. Everything is in there. Don't forget, you guys have a 25% off coupon that is good through Monday. So go look at all this stuff. That coupon code I'm going to put up on the screen. It is QYAG. So quilt as you go in all caps and then 2020. Use that coupon code when you check out. It'll be good for 25% off. All of that is going to be good until Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.